Take it away, Chief.
Well,
Chris.exe has failed.
It's the boys. We're out here again doing episode 2 of the Fishcord podcast. I'm joined by the host, Josh.
I'm your host,
here.
Josh. This is Chris. He's here to actually keep you entertained. I'm just... I can't even consider myself like comedy relief. I'm that one side character that was shown once and never seen again.
Oh no, you were shown more than once, but you get killed off in like the second episode, you know?
Second episode? Nice.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the second episode or end of the second episode? Because there's a big difference.
I think it's gonna be the end. You'll know. We're in the second episode, you'll find out.
Oh no. Just gonna hear like gunshots in the background. No, not my medicinal M1A1 Abrams. The ATF has come for it.
Oh, speaking of ATF, oh boy.
Oh boy.
But yeah. But no, today our main focus, we're gonna be talking about the economy on how it's,
let's talk about
not happening.
I want to say let's talk about money, but economy is not money. That's one thing that drove me a little crazy in school was whenever we were like, oh, we're talking about economy, and we're like, oh, that means money, and the teacher's like, no, it doesn't. And you're like, what? But yeah,
we learned it was all about money.
Yeah.
That's what we learned about in my economic class. I'm like, oh, thanks, senior year. Like, that's useful.
Senior year, the thing that nobody else has anymore, thanks to COVID. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Oh yeah.
No, with the economy, I mean, we're kind of like a dead man walking right now.
Are we even walking? Pretty sure we're crawling with what knees we have left. Like, what part of the knees we got.
It's...
Because we just signed another, almost $500 billion?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Relief into law. Trump signed it last night into law, or a couple nights ago at least.
I mean, on the bright side, all these people that wanted us to be socialistic are about to get a taste of what that is. They're like, oh, here's your money. Guess what? Next year, they're going to be like, oh, here's 5 times the taxes.
That's what people think. They're like, oh my god, $1,200 for free?
For free?
And they're like... And that's what I used to say. I was like, oh man, $1,200 out of the own tax money that I've already paid. It's not like I'm going to have to pay that back more.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to pay it back again. And then some.
A couple arms, couple legs.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to go to the hospital and donate a couple 100 kidneys.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say blood. Yo, I've heard ads about like donating blood and whatnot, and I've honestly been thinking about like trying to do like donating
plasma?
blood to get money for it.
Like $200.
Yeah, you
plasma.
Can make some good money off that, but you gotta have clean blood and whatnot. The fun part is,
the good thing is, I think it's like every week or every 2 weeks that you can keep on donating plasma.
It's
so
something like that.
You can get it.
And plasma is always needed, especially if you have a rare blood type. So basically, as long as your blood's clean, plasma is a viable option to be obtaining money. Granted...
Saying that's the only way, we gotta...
Uh-oh.
But just...
Let's not talk about your part-time job right now, Chris.
What?
Got him.
Scammed. But no, my job's not going good. We got... screwed. I work at Chick-fil-A, for those who didn't know, and
my pleasure.
All of you. But we're having to wear face masks now. That's hooray. I figured that out. I read some of the company emails. It's not like I've been to work in the past, how long has it been? Almost a month and a half now?
We decided you would be a better, I guess, bench warmer.
Yeah, I am one hell of a bench warmer, I'll tell you what, man.
This bench is nice and steamy. Hop on.
It's not even steaming, bro. I've melted it.
Oh.
No, I haven't worked in so long. Haven't seen a paycheck in...
Yeah,
the thing is, it's not my fault. People are like, oh my god, you're just not doing it. Just not going to work. No. They work... I could look on my schedule right now. They work... at a maximum 7 people a day now. 7 people a day.
Out of how many do they normally work?
On a normal, I would say a good, like, 14 to 15 man crew, they've just sliced it in half.
Yep, and you're one of the ones that got sliced. Like, there's people out here that, like, just straight up got let go from their jobs and whatnot, and they're complaining about it, but for those people, I mean, you got grocery stores and other things. Now, granted, not everywhere has these available, but, you know, Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, all these larger places have been hiring, you know, part-time or just full-time for either extended periods or just for this, quote, crisis time. So everyone that's out here, you know, complaining about, I have no job, I can't do anything, there are lots of opportunities for work everywhere right now. Granted,
a great idea.
Granted, but I mean, in your case, you're still supposed to have a job and they're screwing you over.
Well, yeah, I technically still have a job. I haven't been put on unemployment. I haven't been laid off or anything. I don't know if laid off would be the term. Because they're just not even fucking working me any hours. That's the one word. That's the one F word. But,
Dang it, Chris, I thought I was gonna get it this time.
No, you said we had like 2 or 3 in the last one.
I don't know, we did it, I edited out like half the gameplay of the last one. Granted, like the last one right now, YouTube's not even letting us upload it. It was 24 minutes long. I don't know if I'm gonna have to cut that down to 15 minutes, because I know for new channels we're only supposed to have like 15-minute videos, maybe 20 minutes. So that first one,
that's still a thing?
Yeah. But let's get a little back towards our economic topic. So I mean, economy-wise, large businesses, they're fine. They're gonna do just fine. Walmart's having a hell of a time. They've like, their sales went through the roof. You know, these grocery store places, their sales went through the roof because everyone lost their mind. Small businesses like mom and pop things, family owned, unless they're considered an essential business, are getting pretty much just screwed real hard right now.
Like, guys who want their haircuts, good luck. Unless your mama can give you a haircut, your girl can give you a haircut, your hair is gonna grow for a long while. Yeah. You could shave and stuff. Well, I mean, like, if you have Dollar Shave Club or anything, not sponsored, you could, you could, just shave, but they still send their packages out. I got one recently, but, if you want a haircut, if you need to go get highlights or something from a salon, good luck. They're all closed.
Yeah, unless you're friends
with, like,
with
these
the owners
local Chinese restaurants.
Oh.
Like, you just tried to go get sushi in.
I did. So right before we started up this podcast. Okay, granted, the one So I'll talk about the 2 of them. So there's one closer in town, which is a Thai place, but they also do some sushi. But it's a little more expensive than the other one, and they don't give you as much, but it's still pretty good food. But across from where I work, there's a sushi Chinese place, so that its main stuff is Chinese food and sushi. And they're closed right now. Like, they're not even doing curbside pickup or anything, so that's really sad. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of worried that they're not going to be coming back after all of this.
That's the thing, like, these small businesses, like haircut salons, they're closing, like, for good. They're already looking at their financial status, and they still gotta pay rent unless like whoever's holding their place is giving them grace. Some people are, some people aren't. I heard the AMC theaters, you know, they're getting sued because they told their landlords they're not paying. But these guys, they don't have money to pay. I mean, I'm not saying they're paycheck to paycheck, but they gotta pay their employees and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying small businesses are paycheck to paycheck, but they don't have that large funding put away for unforeseen crises.
Just Boeing, apparently. But, you know, we'll bail out Boeing anytime.
But I mean...
But yeah, there's a Chinese place that they have huge portions. Oh my god, their portions are amazing. For just like orange chicken, give a whole freaking thing. But there's like 2 nearby, and they're right around the road from me. They're closed. And the thing is, I'm not saying everybody's racist, but you know, people are calling it the Chinese virus. because that's what's been going around in the news about how it's been constructed in a laboratory. Not doing too good for the Chinese restaurants and the Chinese cultured.
Yeah, I do.
Just
I have
anything. Yeah.
I have to agree that it does cause some discrimination against them, and it's definitely something that people like. It's one of those things where, like, you know, Corona lost like 30% of their sales because it was called the coronavirus. So you already know there's like a good 30 to 40% of America that's just brain dead, and they hear Chinese flu and they think, you know, it's got something to do with being Asian.
Oh, brain dead. Shout out to my exes. But got him real good that day.
But I mean, for small businesses that are still open, like your local restaurants or anything, some of them are still doing curbside pickup. You know, for anyone
definitely
listening,
support them.
Yeah, support them.
Hell, those small businesses, you guys need to get out there. They can give you $1,200 in the stimulus check specifically to do that, but would be a great thing for those people. Just them going up to them, thanking them for staying open, even like they have real good ass food, keeping it open, and doing curbside. Don't even have to go inside if you're afraid of contracting curbside, dude. People still have the inside of the restaurants open. I think that's a bad move.
I don't know about for you in Texas, but here in Alabama, the inside of the restaurant, you're only allowed to like go in to order some food and then take it to go. You can't like eat inside.
Yeah, it's a carry out. That's what I meant. Like Chick-fil-A, they had to carry out for a while until they just switched over to drive-through only. But you know, local businesses, man.
Yes, these smaller.
We're talking about the big corporate guys. You know, they're gonna survive.
Well, I mean that, and the government's mainly aiming their focus at the big corporate guys to make sure that they survive. Because, I mean, they're a large part of our economy, so of course you want to make sure that they're
aiming
good.
For the economy.
Yeah. But within
I'm glad
on a small scale, like your local cities and towns, it's those small businesses that keep you guys going and alive.
And that's why they probably signed that aid. Not all of it, you know, every single dollar of it's going to be going into the small businesses. I'm sure there was some ride-on bills that had to go on with it. But most of that, I would say, is going to be going towards those small local businesses that might not be able to make it through this entire situation. But even with this bill being signed, I'm not saying enough's being done. There's definitely a lot more that could be done, but that just requires printing more money. That's all it's gonna freaking do, just printing out more money.
Yeah, and the problem with that is inflation.
Yeah,
As soon as we start trying to
$5 on bread, right?
Yeah. As soon as we start trying to solve the problem by, quote, printing more money, you devaluate the actual value of the money. So something that cost $1 is now going to cost $5 because $1 is no longer worth what it used to be. Granted, this is also
move to the UK.
This is also good news and bad news. So, like, my parents were talking about this. For at least people that already have, like, quote, debts and other things they're trying to pay off, or car payments or mortgages, that payment's not going to change. You're still going to owe maybe like $10,000. But the amount of money that you get is going to increase, and unless you signed into, I forget what it's called. There are some type of mortgages or whatever that work with inflation, so if inflation goes up, the price of it goes up.
Rocket loan. Just kidding.
There's things like that, but
I know what it is.
For most of these loans and other things, it's like, oh, I borrowed $10,000, and suddenly, you know, because of inflation, I'm being paid $20 an hour. My loan, you know, what I have to pay back for that loan doesn't change. So that's kind of good.
Everyone, go get loans.
Yeah.
go pull out 10 million in loans, boys.
But
please don't do that. By the way, disclaimer. You'll be poor.
We are not responsible in any way, shape, or form for financial decisions made based upon anything that you hear us say. Believe it or not, you're responsible for all of your own life choices.
Oh.
Got him.
Oh, that's not what BuzzFeed told me. What's this?
So, I mean, definitely support your local businesses. They need your help. They're going to be... You know, it's what keeps your local town what it is. It's a big part of the culture there.
I heard like barber shops. I heard a couple people paid 7 months or 6 or 7 months in advance for all the haircuts that they do. So I guess the regulars do that. I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying you're forced to or else you're a bad person. I'm just saying, hey, that's a pretty clean idea. You're still supporting them, paying 7 months in advance. That gives them rent. They could stay there. They don't have to close down. They don't have to shut their doors permanently because of the virus screwing them over.
Yeah, and I mean, with things like that, too, it's not just about trying to give these businesses a free handout, but more like a hand up to, try to help pull them through it.
It's an IOU, basically, because, I mean, once they open up, hey, I have 7 months of haircuts lined up. Yeah. Whenever I want to come in, I'm telling them, like, hey, I'm the dude. I helped you guys do this.
Yep, and I mean, and you don't have to feel bad about that. It's not like... Because at that point, they'll get other customers coming back through again. So it's not like everybody's getting free haircuts at that point either.
Oh, trust me, there's going to be a lot of haircut places. Like the people who stay open, like Supercuts, Sports Clips, the good big guys. The Walmart One Smart style, they're going to be packed.
Yeah. And I can definitely see that, but you won't find me there. I'm growing this beautiful hair out.
Oh, man, I gotta keep mine short. I like some short hair, man.
Nah, I prefer the looks that I get with longer hair versus my short hair. Granted, when I do medium hair, it does look pretty good, but now that we've gone on to a tangent of hair, let's talk about Brazil's economy for a little bit.
How the hell did...
your boy is half Brazilian.
Nice segue.
Well, I figured we were already rabbit trailing, so we may as well go off to the, quote, rabbit trail of the economic discussion.
Well, let's see what you got. I don't know a lot about Brazil's economy.
Bolsonaro. I want to say his name's Bolsonaro, should be the current president. He has COVID-19. Brazil did what they do, always. They officially, quote, announced, yes, the president has COVID-19, and then the next day they basically came back out with an official announcement saying, he has no COVID-19, there's no such thing as COVID-19 with him, no.
Literally what happened with the other guy, yep. The guy who was up with Trump, nah.
And then, but, admittedly though, Brazil has done a lot more than, what other countries have done in terms of closing down public gatherings and places to help stop the spread. Brazil's actually currently closed its borders, from what I've heard. They closed their borders to everyone but nationals. But, in terms of businesses, they told all businesses and their people, stay open, just keep doing life as you normally do. Here's why, though. Brazil's economy is so screwed, if they tried to shut down half of it, the country would collapse. It would straight up collapse. There would be no point of recovery. They don't have, their economy is so terrible to begin with. If they took a hit like that, which, they're still taking something of a hit, but not as much by telling everyone, just keep the economy moving. And for Brazil, they don't have the hospital capacity or medical capacity to deal with this like other places. So for them, that really is the best option they have of just keep going on with life. If you get it, stay home for a little while and then go back out after you get better. But here in America, you've got the medical capacity. If we keep it, restrained enough, we're able to work with what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Chris, we're almost at about 20 minutes.
Okay.
On to the closing thoughts.
Well, I gotta say, I'm still gonna go back on that point. You gotta support your local guys. They've been there. Some of them, like the Chinese restaurants, they've been there for decades serving. These guys are making a living out here, working 40, 50-hour shifts to provide the food. And all of a sudden, this virus, especially for Chinese restaurants, they're being, discriminated upon. They're having to close their doors completely. You can't even do any of the takeout or the curbside ordering. So if you have the chance or you have any money, you want to go grab a bite or something, try to find a local business. Try something new. Reach out a little bit. Try to see if you like something else, but go local. It's my thoughts.
I definitely support that thought process of definitely support your local people that you can. I mean, of course, you're not evil if you're like, all right, I want some McDonald's today. Granted, McDonald's is franchised, so some McDonald's do count, I guess, under the quote local business because it's of how the business setup of McDonald's is. But definitely, your main focus should be on the small guys, the mom and pop shops. I think that's pretty much gonna be it then.
Yeah, man.
Alright, Chris. One final question.
Final question. Final answer.
Alright, you only get one chance at this.
One chance.
Fishcord?